Hello, pure beingness. First of all, I would love to remind you that so-called highest state is all-inclusive. And by being all-inclusive, it is the closest, it is the most intimate one. It is actually inseparable from what we are in each moment, in this only present moment reality. So only when we get lost in ideas we can think that it is something extra, it is something new, it is some kind of special achievement, and we need to work hard for it. And when we attain it, then our lives must change in certain ways. And if that doesn't happen, then it means that is something wrong, that we are not enough, we didn't done enough of what we believe about that state that we are seeking. So I just want to remind you that you perfectly know that state. It was here all along. You knew it when you were a little baby. And that knowingness is beyond any thought, any doubt. It is that innate knowingness that all is well. There is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with this life. Only later we learned all of those ideas, all of those thoughts about self, and then self-doubt, thinking that there is something wrong with us. And there is great need to fix it, and so on. But all of that confusion, all of that wandering through this jungle of ideas also only happens through the grace of that pure beingness, that highest all-inclusive state, which is pure beingness. So it cannot be lost. It can only be temporarily forgotten while we focus too much in our artificial ideas about what is. But that purity of what is always here in the background, on the ground, from which all the ideas stems from. And there's actually nothing wrong with all of those ideas, and even forgetfulness, even that ignorance to this innate truth of our perfection, of this pure beingness. It is just like waves in the ocean, and that ocean of beingness has no beginning, no end, no borders, no boundaries. That's why we can temporarily forget it and then temporarily remember it. So that forgetting and remembering, yeah, it's just like waves in the ocean, and it is the same ocean, and it is the same grace of that ocean that allows to experience this ocean of being in new ways. Because yes, when we forget, we can remember it and express it in new ways, and appreciate it freshly. So it's all perfect, there is nothing wrong. All is well, all is well, all is well. So I invite you to celebrate this holy beingness. And yes, so-called meditation practice, when we exclusively allow ourselves to pass through all the suggestions of our mind, then when we don't interfere with our mind, with various impulses and emotions, we can remember again, know ourselves on that deepest level, to return into that sense of absolutely free and blissful and loving and wise and harmoniously moving everything beingness. And when we reawakened that state, that knowingness, then the next step is to carry it into all aspects of our daily life and really integrate it, embody it, allow it to flow and do its magic, in all of those areas of our lives, in our activities, in our relationships, and so on. And that's the main practice, to cultivate that awareness during all the triggers, to watch yourself, to not trade that sense of effortless and perfect beingness for limited conditional sense of personality and all of its dramas. So with dedication to that, devotion to that, perseverance in that, your whole life becomes seamless, fully embodied meditation. You become an open channel for your highest self to flow freely, effortlessly, powerfully in all of its grace, with all of its wisdom and balance. So yeah, that meditation, that sense of pure beingness becomes really natural, because it is natural. So we are just aligning with our true nature. And yes, when that awareness, when that sense is activated, yes, it works as a magnet that always automatically returns our attention into that sense of unconditionality, purity, effortlessness. Yes, our bodies, our neurons, our subtle bodies gets rewired to that. And the main factor in that is our attention. Because where our attention goes, where energy flows, and then that things that thing that we are focused upon is activated, is awakened. And when it is awakened, yeah, it it is seen as that all-inclusive nature. Yeah, and that becomes your daily reality. God becomes your living reality. And it is unshakable because it is unconditional. It is all that is. So yeah, when you see that even those temporary moments of forgetfulness, ignorance, various emotions, pain, and so on, is also that. And there is nothing wrong with that. So it moves in its natural harmony with all else, as all that is. So thank you very much for receiving this message, this reminder, this pointer, and be happy. Bye.